My young brothers and sisters, always remember one thing: success is never an accident. It does not come overnight, and it does not come by chance. Success is like an algorithm, a step-by-step process that requires vision, hard work, belief in yourself, and the courage to stand firm when the world doubts you. When I started my journey, people told me it was impossible. But I believed in my mission, I believed in Allah, and I never gave up. This is the same formula I want to share with you today. An algorithm that will guide you to achieve your dreams, no matter how big they are. If you understand it, if you follow it with discipline, no force in the world can stop you from reaching the peak of success. Clarity of vision is the foundation of every success, because without knowing exactly where you are going, you can never truly begin the journey. When a person lacks direction, they spend their energy moving in circles, chasing distractions, and wasting the most valuable resource they have, which is time. Every great achievement in history started with a clear vision that was so strong it became unshakable in the face of challenges. A person who has clarity knows why they are working, knows the purpose behind their struggle, and knows the bigger picture that keeps them moving forward when everything else seems uncertain. Vision acts like a compass, guiding every decision, shaping every sacrifice, and reminding you of the ultimate destination, even when the road gets tough. It is not enough to just dream vaguely about success, because vague dreams lead to vague results. To truly build something meaningful, one must define the goal so clearly that it becomes a part of their identity, something that cannot be separated from who they are. When you wake up every morning with a vision so powerful that it fuels your thoughts and actions, you begin to align your entire life with it. Your habits start to match your goals. Your mindset starts to reject negativity, and your energy is channeled toward progress instead of being scattered. Clarity brings focus, and focus multiplies results. A student who has clarity about what they want to achieve will study with passion, while another who studies without vision will get distracted easily and lose momentum. The same applies in every field of life, whether it is sports, business, leadership, or personal growth. Those who know their destination walk with confidence, even when the path is uncertain, while those who are unclear about their future stumble at every step, unsure of whether they are moving forward or backward. Vision also gives strength in times of hardship, because challenges will always come in the path of success. Without a strong vision, obstacles appear like walls that stop progress. But when the vision is clear, those same obstacles become stepping stones. A person who knows why they are working can endure sleepless nights, failures, and rejections without breaking down, because they see the bigger picture. History is full of individuals who achieved greatness not because they were the most talented, but because their vision was clearer than anyone else's. They saw what others could not see, and that clarity gave them the confidence to pursue it relentlessly. Clarity of vision also removes fear. Most people hesitate to take action because they are afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, or afraid of uncertainty. But when your vision is defined and deeply rooted, it becomes more important than fear. Fear fades in comparison to the burning desire to reach your destination. That is why leaders, innovators, and champions are often misunderstood by society because they are following a vision that others cannot comprehend yet. Their clarity separates them from the crowd, and eventually, the world recognizes the path they were walking all along. Another important part of clarity is that it makes you selective. When you know what you want, you automatically learn what to reject. Distractions lose their power, temporary pleasures lose their shine, and negative influences lose their grip. Clarity makes sacrifice easier because you are not giving up something randomly. You are trading it for something far greater that is aligned with your vision. This is why those who succeed often seem disciplined. But in reality, it is not just discipline. It is clarity that makes discipline possible. Discipline and consistency turn dreams into reality, because even the brightest vision will collapse without the structure to support it. Many people dream big, they imagine success, and they talk about their goals with passion. But very few are willing to live with the discipline required to achieve them. Discipline is not about forcing yourself once in a while. It is about creating a standard for yourself that you refuse to compromise, no matter the circumstances. When discipline is paired with consistency, it transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary results. Small daily steps, when repeated over time, create momentum that no sudden burst of effort can match. It is the habit of showing up every day, even when you do not feel motivated, that builds the character and the results you desire. Motivation can come and go, but discipline ensures that the work gets done regardless of mood or environment. Consistency is the backbone of mastery. No one becomes excellent by doing something once or twice. It is the repetition that ingrains skill and builds confidence. An athlete who trains every day, even in the rain, develops not just strength but resilience. A student who studies consistently, rather than cramming at the last moment, builds knowledge that stays. A leader who consistently stands firm on principles earns respect and trust over time. Consistency creates identity because what you do regularly defines who you are more than what you do occasionally. If you consistently act with discipline, you become the kind of person who can be trusted with responsibility, who can be relied upon in difficult times, and who naturally attracts success through effort, discipline also means making sacrifices. It is about choosing long-term gain over short-term comfort. Success often demands saying no to distractions, whether they are in the form of laziness, negative influences, or unproductive habits. Discipline gives you the strength to wake up early when your body wants to sleep longer, to keep working when your mind wants to give up, and to stay focused when the world around you is pulling you in different directions. This sacrifice is not a punishment, it is an investment. Every time you sacrifice comfort for discipline, you are planting seeds of future success. Those seeds may take time to grow, but with consistency, they eventually bloom into results that others admire. One of the biggest misunderstandings is that discipline limits freedom, when in reality, discipline creates true freedom. A disciplined person is not controlled by mood, laziness, or circumstances. They control their time, their energy, and their actions, which gives them freedom that undisciplined people never experience. Without discipline, life becomes chaotic, goals remain unfulfilled, and dreams remain dreams. With discipline, life gains structure, goals turn into milestones, and dreams become achievements. Consistency also teaches patience. In a world where everyone wants quick results, it is consistency that reminds you that true success is a marathon, not a sprint. Every day of consistent effort may seem small, but over months and years, it creates an unstoppable force. That is why many people fail. They expect results too soon and quit before consistency has time to work. Those who persist, who show up day after day without giving up, eventually reach levels of success that seem impossible to others. The power lies not in doing something extraordinary once, but in doing something ordinary with discipline and consistency until it becomes extraordinary. Discipline and consistency also build mental toughness. Each time you keep your promise to yourself, you strengthen your confidence and self-respect. You prove to yourself that you are capable of doing what you said you would do, even when it is hard. Over time, this inner strength becomes unshakable. It allows you to face setbacks without losing hope, to recover from failures without staying down, and to keep striving for more, even when you have already achieved some success. The greatest victories are often not won in public, but in the private moments when you choose discipline over comfort, consistency over excuses, and progress over procrastination. Failure is not defeat. It is the training ground for greatness, because every person who has ever achieved something remarkable has first walked through the doors of failure. The mistake most people make is believing that failure means the end, that it is proof they are not capable, but in reality, failure is a teacher that no classroom can provide. It reveals weaknesses, it exposes flaws, and it pushes you to dig deeper into your potential. Those who run away from failure run away from growth, while those who embrace it turn it into a stepping stone. The truth is, no success story in history is complete without chapters of repeated failure. Every champion, every leader, every innovator has scars from falling, but those scars became the proof of their journey, the evidence that they were willing to fight when others gave up. Failure has a way of shaping character in a manner that comfort never can. When you fail, you learn humility, you learn patience, and you learn to respect the process of growth. It forces you to look at yourself honestly, to see what needs to improve, and to build resilience. Without failure, you may achieve things, but you will never develop the strength to sustain them. The pain of failure trains the mind to endure hardship, and this endurance becomes your greatest weapon on the road to success. Many people avoid risk because they fear failure, but by avoiding risk, they also avoid the possibility of greatness. True winners are not the ones who never fall, but the ones who never stay down after falling. Failure also teaches the importance of persistence. Each failure is a test of how much you really want something. If a small obstacle is enough to make you quit, then your desire was not strong enough in the first place. But if failure makes you more determined, more focused, and more committed, then it becomes a refining fire that strengthens your resolve. Persistence is built in those moments when you feel broken but still choose to rise again. It is built in the late nights when the world is asleep but you keep working, not because it is easy, but because your vision is worth the struggle. Without failure, persistence would never exist. And without persistence, success would remain a dream. Another powerful lesson of failure is that it removes illusions. Sometimes people set out on a journey with unrealistic expectations, thinking the path to success will be smooth. But failure shows them the reality. It strips away arrogance and teaches humility. It shows you that talent alone is not enough, that luck is not enough, and that shortcuts will not work. Failure forces you to respect effort, discipline, and time. This reality check, although painful, is what builds maturity. It makes you wiser and prepares you for bigger challenges ahead. Failure is also proof that you are trying. The only people who never fail are the ones who never attempt anything meaningful. Playing safe may protect you from disappointment, but it will also deny you the joy of victory. Every attempt that ends in failure is still a step forward because it teaches something that success never could. Thomas Edison once said that he did not fail 1,000 times, but rather discovered 1,000 ways that did not work. That mindset is what turns failure into progress, because every failed attempt brings you one step closer to the breakthrough you seek. The most beautiful thing about failure is that it builds inner strength. Success can sometimes make people careless, but failure makes you cautious, disciplined, and sharp. It hardens your spirit in a way that success never can. Once you have experienced failure and risen from it, you become fearless because you know that even if you fall again, you have the strength to stand back up. This fearlessness is the quality that separates leaders from followers, champions from spectators, and achievers from dreamers. Self-belief is the engine that drives achievement, because no matter how much talent, resources, or opportunities a person may have, if they do not believe in themselves, they will never use their full potential. The world is full of individuals who had the capability to achieve greatness, but failed simply because they doubted their own abilities. When you believe in yourself, you unlock an inner power that pushes you to take risks, to overcome fear, and to keep moving forward even when the world is against you. Self-belief is not arrogance. It is the quiet confidence that tells you that you are capable of learning, capable of growing, and capable of succeeding if you refuse to quit. It is the difference between those who take the first step toward their dream and those who remain paralyzed by hesitation. Believing in yourself changes how you respond to challenges. When difficulties come, the one who doubts themselves sees obstacles as confirmation that they are not good enough, while the one with self-belief sees those same obstacles as opportunities to prove their strength. This mindset becomes a shield that protects you from discouragement and negativity. It gives you resilience when others expect you to collapse. The truth is, people will always doubt you. They will criticize. They will question your worth. But if you carry strong belief in yourself, their doubts cannot penetrate your spirit. Self-belief becomes a source of energy that no external voice can silence. Self-belief also empowers you to set bigger goals. Those who lack it limit themselves, always thinking small, afraid of dreaming too high because they assume they cannot achieve it. But when you believe in yourself, you are not afraid to aim high, to pursue visions that seem impossible to others. That is why the greatest leaders and achievers are often seen as dreamers in the beginning. Their belief allows them to envision things others cannot, and this vision eventually turns into reality because they had the courage to believe in it first. Another powerful aspect of self-belief is that it fuels persistence. On the path to success, there will be countless failures, rejections, and moments of despair. If you lack belief, these moments will convince you to quit. But if you have belief, they will only strengthen your determination. Self-belief acts like an inner voice that whispers, "Keep going, you can do this," when everything else is telling you to stop. This inner encouragement is what keeps you alive in the darkest moments, when external support is nowhere to be found. Self-belief is also contagious. When you believe in yourself, others start to believe in you too. Confidence inspires confidence. People are drawn to those who carry certainty in their abilities because it gives them trust and hope. A leader who believes in their mission inspires followers. A teacher who believes in their students gives them courage. And an individual who believes in their own vision attracts opportunities that would never come to someone who doubts themselves. This magnetic power comes only from belief, and it has the ability to open doors that seemed permanently closed. It is important to understand that self-belief does not mean knowing everything or never feeling fear. It means trusting yourself enough to take the next step even when you do not see the whole staircase. It means believing you can learn what you do not yet know, that you can adapt to what life throws at you, and that you are capable of growing into the person you need to become. The greatest barrier to success is often the mind, and once you win the battle within, the external battles become easier to fight. Struggle and sacrifice shape the true winners because no great achievement in history has ever come without a price. People admire the glory, the success, and the recognition, but they rarely see the years of hardship, sleepless nights, and countless sacrifices that made that success possible. Struggle is the process that molds a person. It takes away weakness and replaces it with strength. It removes hesitation and replaces it with courage. It breaks comfort and replaces it with resilience. Sacrifice is the choice to let go of temporary pleasures and distractions in order to build something lasting and meaningful. Without struggle and sacrifice, dreams remain fantasies, but with them, dreams take the form of reality. Struggle is the training ground where character is built. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, and every failure endured becomes a lesson that polishes the mind and strengthens the spirit. It teaches patience when results take longer than expected, and it teaches persistence when the path feels endless. Struggle gives meaning to success because without tasting difficulty, one can never truly value achievement. A person who inherits success without struggle often lacks appreciation for it, while someone who fights for it through sweat and sacrifice treasures every moment of it. Sacrifice is equally important because success demands choices. It requires giving up short-term comfort for long-term gain. It means saying no to distractions, limiting pleasures, and dedicating time, energy, and focus toward building your vision. The world is full of people who want success, but are unwilling to pay the price for it. They want the results without the struggle, the recognition without the effort, and the victory without the fight. But true winners are different. They understand that every sacrifice is an investment, that every hour of hard work and every moment of discipline is a seed planted for the future. Struggle also teaches humility. When you face difficulties, you realize how small you are compared to the challenges of life. But at the same time, you discover how powerful you can become when you refuse to give up. The pain of struggle strips away arrogance and teaches respect for hard work. It makes you realize that nothing of value comes easily, and that only through effort and endurance can something meaningful be achieved. This humility becomes the foundation of greatness because it keeps you grounded even when you eventually reach success. Sacrifice teaches focus. When you are willing to give up things that others are addicted to, you free yourself to pursue higher goals. The hours wasted on distractions by most people become hours of growth for you. The money wasted on temporary pleasures by others becomes investment in your dream for you. The energy wasted on negativity by others becomes fuel for your purpose. Sacrifice is what separates those who live ordinary lives from those who rise to extraordinary heights. Struggle and sacrifice together create resilience. They make you unshakable in the face of storms, unbreakable when life throws challenges, and unstoppable when people doubt you. When you have endured struggle, no criticism can break you, and when you have made sacrifices, no temptation can distract you. These qualities make winners different from the rest. The world often sees them as lucky or gifted, but the reality is that they were willing to struggle harder and sacrifice more than others were prepared to. Another truth about struggle and sacrifice is that they reveal your true strength. Many people do not even realize how much potential they carry until life forces them into difficult situations. It is in the fire of struggle that hidden talents are discovered, that courage is awakened, and that the human spirit shows its real power. The more you are tested, the more you realize that you are stronger than you ever thought. And when sacrifices are made, they sharpen your focus and remind you that nothing worth having comes without cost. Faith in Allah gives strength beyond limits, because when a person places their trust in the Creator, they tap into a source of power that is greater than any human ability. Human effort, no matter how strong, has its limits, but faith connects you to a force that removes fear, brings peace, and gives courage to keep moving even when the odds are against you. Faith teaches you that no struggle is wasted, no effort is unseen, and no tear goes unnoticed. It reminds you that behind every difficulty, there is wisdom, and after every hardship, there is ease. This belief transforms the way you face challenges, because you no longer see them as punishments, but as opportunities to grow stronger and closer to your purpose. Faith also protects the heart from despair. When things go wrong, when plans collapse, and when failures pile up, many people lose hope. They think their journey is over, but faith whispers, that Allah has written a better plan. This hope becomes a shield that prevents negativity from breaking you. It gives you the ability to rise after falling and to smile even in pain, because you know that your story is still being written by the one who knows what is best for you. Faith turns pain into patience and patience into power. When you have faith in Allah, fear of people and fear of failure lose their control over you. You no longer worry about the judgment of others or the obstacles ahead, because you know that the final outcome is in the hands of Allah. This gives you a courage that surprises those around you. It allows you to take risks that others avoid, to stand firm when others surrender, and to remain calm when others panic. Faith builds unshakable confidence, not because you believe you are strong on your own, but because you know that Allah's strength is with those who remain steadfast. Faith also brings clarity in decision making. In moments of confusion, when choices seem difficult, turning to Allah through prayer and trust provides guidance that logic alone cannot offer. It removes the burden of uncertainty, because you know that even if things do not go according to your plan, they are going according to Allah's plan. This mindset allows you to act with conviction and move forward without hesitation, while others waste time doubting and fearing the unknown. Another strength that comes from faith is gratitude. When you truly believe, you stop focusing only on what you lack and start appreciating what you already have. Gratitude keeps the heart light, the mind positive, and the spirit hopeful. It reminds you that every blessing, no matter how small, is a sign of Allah's mercy. This constant awareness keeps you humble in success and patient in failure, balancing your emotions so that neither victory makes you arrogant nor defeat makes you hopeless. Faith in Allah also fuels perseverance. Life will always test you with trials, and sometimes the weight of those trials feels unbearable. But when your heart is anchored in faith, you know that every test is designed to prepare you, to purify you, and to strengthen you. This understanding prevents you from giving up. It keeps you walking forward when the path is dark. It keeps you working when results are delayed. And it keeps you believing when others have lost hope. Perseverance born from faith is not fragile, it is powerful, steady, and unstoppable. The ultimate strength of faith is that it gives meaning to life. Without belief in Allah, success feels empty and struggles feel meaningless. With faith, every effort becomes worship, every sacrifice becomes reward, and every moment becomes part of a greater journey. Faith teaches you that your true purpose is not only to achieve worldly success, but to live with integrity, to help others, and to prepare for the eternal life ahead. This perspective makes you unstoppable, because even when the world fails to recognize you, you know that Allah sees every step you take, and every effort you make. True success is not built on shortcuts, luck, or chance. It is the result of vision, discipline, persistence, belief, sacrifice, and faith working together like parts of a powerful engine. When we look at the lives of those who changed history, we see the same pattern repeated again and again. They began with clarity of vision, a clear understanding of what they wanted to achieve. That vision became their compass, guiding their steps even when the road was filled with uncertainty. Without vision, they would have been lost. But with vision, they had direction. Yet vision alone was not enough. They had to live with discipline and consistency, showing up every single day, doing the hard work when no one was watching, and refusing to compromise even when it was difficult. They learned that success is not the product of one great effort, but of small daily steps repeated with commitment until they add up to greatness. Along the way, failure came as it always does, but they did not see failure as defeat. They saw it as a teacher, a trainer, a guide that shaped them, humbled them, and prepared them for bigger challenges. Each failure made them stronger, more resilient, and more determined. All of this was fueled by self-belief, the unshakable conviction that no matter how many obstacles stood in their way, they had the ability to rise. Self-belief gave them courage when the world doubted them. It gave them energy when they felt drained, and it gave them confidence to take steps others were too afraid to take. But belief always comes with a price, and the price was struggle and sacrifice. They gave up comfort, they gave up ease, they gave up the distractions that waste life, and they chose instead to dedicate themselves to the path of greatness. These sacrifices were not losses, they were investments, and in the end, they paid back with victories. And through all of this, what gave them strength beyond limits was their faith in Allah. Faith reminded them that nothing is wasted, that every struggle has meaning, that every sacrifice is seen, and that no effort is ever ignored by the one who controls all outcomes. Faith gave them hope when the world was dark, peace when the pressure was unbearable, and courage when fear was closing in. This is the success algorithm vision: to see the goal, discipline to take action, resilience to turn failure into progress, belief to keep going, sacrifice to stay committed, and faith to rise beyond limits. Follow this algorithm, and no power on earth can stop you from achieving the destiny you were created for.